Hello and welcome back to the Captain's Log number 273. My name is Kyle Springer. I am joined by Melissa Wilkinson. Melissa, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's storming outside, so hello. And goodbye. Let me preemptively say goodbye in case the storm cuts out my internet connection.
In case she's blown away. We also have Ignacio Rojas joining us. Ignacio, it's been a while. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been doing good. Haven't been doing much since I finished school.
Yeah.
And that's why I've decided to go into school again.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm gonna go for a doctorate right now. And I'm gonna do it at the University of Arizona.
There you go.
Oh.
Which means
good
I
stuff.
am moving to Arizona in August.
In August.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Arizona's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, that was about to be my next question because I know you had interest in potentially moving to the United States. I think you had
Yeah.
it basically picked, like this is what I'm going to do. But I didn't think it was finalized yet. So yeah, good stuff, man. That's awesome.
For a while, it has been my plan to move over there, and I finished my master's in January, and I started applying for jobs over there, and I just kept getting rejected, or not even
I know what
hearing
that's
back.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, so this opportunity came. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna be working half-time as a research assistant, doing
Gotcha.
pretty much the same type of research that I've been doing over here. And so I'm gonna be getting paid a little bit, but I won't have to pay tuition, and
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, that's gonna help me get at least my foot over there, and we'll see if I stick with it. It has never been like a thing that I wanted to do to go for the doctorate. But the opportunity came up, and yeah,
You
we'll
never
see
know, right?
Yeah, you never know. We'll see what the future has ahead for me. But at least it's gonna help me get a foot over there, be there, and hopefully, since we'll be talking about video games, come December, I'm gonna be going to the Game Awards, not the VGAs.
Ooh.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to go to
Wow.
the Game Awards.
Do you have to wear a
Good stuff.
tuxedo to the Game Awards?
You don't have
Maybe.
to.
Yeah, but
Do
people
people?
do
Some
go
people
there.
do dress up. There's also
Yeah.
some people I'm like they're just in their like min-max t-shirt. They're kind of
Their
funny
Kyle
t-shirt.
costume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. And then there's the like Belinda Garcias of the world, just like they look incredible out there. It's just like, good lord. But yeah, so cool, good stuff. I have a question for you,
Exciting.
Ignacio.
Question.
So it's Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. I have a 3-day weekend. Melissa, I don't know if you also have the 3-day
I do.
weekend. You do?
Yes.
Cool. So we've been eating good. We just had some ribs for dinner. But yesterday I went to this like international market. And I found an interesting soda. It's not from Chile. It is a Japanese soda. But I wanted to know if you had things like this because I've never seen anything like it. It's a Japanese soda where to describe it, it almost looks like a standard soda bottle, but this top half here is kind of pinched off. There's like this like bulbous kind of shape at the top here, and there is a glass ball up in the top here. And to open it, you have to like pop this glass ball down into this section. It's almost like a chemistry set thing, and that ball is then what carbonates the drink. Do you have anything like that out in
No,
Chile?
no, I know you said it is Japanese, right?
Yes,
It's a
yeah,
Ramune.
Yeah, no,
Kyle,
the
have you
Japanese do
never-
have.
You've never seen one of these before?
No, never in my life.
No,
Really?
the Japanese have these weird stuff with drinks and with food and whatnot. I kind of remember seeing something about having. It isn't specifically this, but they had something weird with Coke machines, which kind of, I don't know, it was something weird, but I do know that the Japanese have very interesting food and drinks and whatnot. We do not have nothing like that, Cal. We have,
You never know. I don't know.
no, we have, like, take what you have and take away a lot of the variety, and that's what we have.
Okay, I gotcha.
So we don't have crazy stuff. We have pretty much what we have here. You probably have over there, but without all the thousands of flavors and Cool Ranch and barbecue flavored soda and bacon
remember
soda.
our whole like, what? You've never had Doritos before?
No, I had Doritos. We have them here, but we don't have like.
They're just regular cheese.
Yeah,
you
we
just have
only
to,
have
like,
regular.
regular.
I think regular cheese, and I think right now we might have Flaming Hot. I think maybe.
I gotcha.
But that would be it.
Well, yeah. So I got I've never had one of these before. I was fascinated by it. So I'm trying one for the first time. It's an orange soda. But yeah, you just stick this little thing on top, and then I guess like smash it in. And then it like carbonates.
Oh, you got it on the first try.
Thing, yeah. Well, my partner she bought one too, and she had hers earlier today, and I watched her do it, so that I knew how on the podcast.
She's the test case.
Right? Yeah.
I've had these for like 20 years. You describing how a Ramune bottle works is like explaining what a pixie stick is to me. I didn't
know
realize these were that rare.
Yeah. I've just never seen these before. I think they're kind of fascinating.
Huh,
and then you just have this
weird.
like glass ball inside the thing that's just like, what a little novelty.
Right, it rattles. I think I first had it at our local botanical garden. Has had a Japanese festival every year for
Okay. Yeah.
decades. And when you're like 11 years old and trying to get into anime, that's the closest you can get to an anime convention is the Botanical Gardens Japanese Festival. So that's where I got a lot of snacks and drinks for the first time.
Let me tell you, we've tested a bunch of Mountain Dew on the podcast. I might switch to like foreign sodas. They had a whole big section on this international market. I can get a bunch of these Ramune stuff. They had Sailor Moon sodas. They had Dragon Ball
Tastes
Super
like moon.
sodas. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. I was just
we've been getting a boom of that of the like anime sodas because we've been having a lot of an increased amount of Chinese stores here. Where you find a lot of imported stuff from China, and they're, of course, a lot cheaper. But one of the things that you see is, they have the Dragon Ball soda, like you said, Sailor Moon soda, and other stuff like that, and the ramen, and super spicy ramen and whatnot.
Yeah. I also got to pick up a Thai Red Bull, which I know part of the Red Bull company is Thai. I don't know if it's like half and a half or somehow, but it is part Thai, and I've never seen a Thai Red Bull, but it's in these like glass brown bottles. It's smaller.
It looks
than a
like
regular.
Medicine.
What? Yeah.
It looks like there should be cough syrup in there.
Exactly, like Dimetap, like an old dusty bottle of Dimetap or something.
Take both
right?
at once and tell me what happens to you.
Double fisted the Red Bull and Dimetap out here. But this just tasted like a regular Red Bull. So, it's fine.
They just opened a soda
bottle.
They just opened a soda museum here in St. Louis. I haven't visited it yet. And I don't
That's another, what I gotta do
another
when
reason
I'm out
to
there.
come visit. Exactly. I don't know if this is quirky international sodas so much as it is like your grandparents' Coca-Cola signs they remember. It might be like nostalgic American sodas, but
gotcha.
still exciting.
Cool. Good stuff. Cool. Well, I look. So we got some video game stuff to talk about this week. Some predictions to make. Melissa will grace us with her magic 8-ball skills, and also has a magic 8-ball.
Yes.
So I say we take a quick break for housekeeping. When we come back, we can kind of explain a little bit more what we're up to, start making those predictions, and talk about some video games and stuff like that. So we will be right back. Thank you so much for checking out this podcast. We hope you're enjoying it. If you didn't know, we make multiple different shows here at the Whatnauts, and a lot of hard work goes into making them, so we would love it if you check them all out. But none of this is possible without your support. Head over to patreon.com/thewhatnauts and you can get access to over 40 hours of exclusive content, including our Patreon first podcast, The Pilots Club, when you sign up at our $3 tier. Of course, there is a free version of the Pilots Club available, but episodes are exclusive to our Patreon for 2 years before they hit the free feeds. If you're interested in buying merch, we have shirts, hoodies, mugs, and more for sale over at thewhatnauts.com/store. Another great way to help us out is by subscribing and leaving a nice rating and review on your podcasting app of choice. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel for video versions of the show, trailer reactions, and live streams. And lastly, you can always find out more information about the shows we make on our website, thewhatnauts.com.
Ah,
Multiple weeks here, but let's see. Mic in, that should be mine. Okay, now you guys should be able to hear me on the stream. And then this one can go to, where is it? It is.
this is
not
real
that
exciting content to be recorded
Yeah.
and podcasted.
Yeah,
It,
I
you
think
know, it happens.
people love this. People love it when podcasts just stop for a bit, do some fixing of whatever technical problems there are.
Okay, come on,
I
Discord.
think it's what
What are you
people
doing?
call riveting content.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Are you sure you want to wish to exit? No, I don't want to exit. What are you doing? What is
We
happening
just
here?
started.
I don't know. All right, I should have everything fixed. So yeah, hi, welcome back to our stream here. Big shout out to our Patreon supporters once again. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love
Thank
you a lot. Means a ton. Over on the Pilots Club, this past month we got to talk about a show called Pan Am, which was a lot of fun. But for this next month, we will be diving into the pilot episode of the long-running Amazon show Bosch. So gonna be
We
checking
will
out
dive
that.
in. We'll be hip deep in Bosch.
Yeah, there you go. Bosching it up, as they say, I think.
That's one of those new status updates you can apply in Discord. Chillin', gaming,
Bosching. Then over on the free version of the Pilots Club this past month, we got to talk, or we released our episode on Yasuke, which is kind of perfect timing for us. The recent Assassin's Creed game, you can play as him. It'll be out this November, so there you go. But then for this next month, our episode on The West Wing is coming out. So good stuff with that one. Let's see, right here over on the Captain's Log, last episode, I got to talk about how I thought the spit ratio in Hollywood has increased. More actors and actresses just out there spitting, crying, snotting it up in all sorts of movies and shows, whereas back in the day, you didn't really see that much. But nowadays,
that is true. It has
Right,
been
yeah.
true. We have not yet proven if the trend will continue. We're wondering if post-COVID actors don't spit as much. They're
Yeah, who
encouraged
knows?
to rein it in. Keep the particulates to themselves.
Melissa, you also asked a very important question. What if The Godfather but backwards.
Yeah, where they put a bed inside your horse.
Yeah. Who knows? Lots of shenanigans happening over on the captain's log. Go check it out. We have some fun. Over on the review show for its 65th anniversary, we got to talk about North by Northwest, the psychological thriller from Alfred Hitchcock. That one was a lot of fun. It was neat because Melissa and I both got to see the movie in a movie theater.
Yes.
Both in our own cities.
Fathom Events.
Re-released it in theaters, so that was a lot of fun. Go check that one out. But yeah, that is about it for housekeeping right now. So, video games. We have done this tradition quite a number of times. It's evolved a little bit. We were trying to figure out, I guess last year was the first official year that we had a Magic 8-Ball. I used to just employ Melissa's help. Melissa, someone who does not play video games, does not keep up with them.
Haven't touched one.
Would probably freeze and not know what you're talking about when someone asks, "Who do you main in Mario Kart?"
I know the verb main, and I'd probably pick I don't know, a Princess Daisy. Don't know what she does, but I like her dress.
There you go. Good stuff.
That's my level. That's where I'm at. I can name a lot of people and tell you what they look like, but I don't know what they do.
Yeah, indeed. Well, E3 is no longer around, and with us, it's mainly just this vague notion of the Summer Games Fest.
I believe someone once said a glorified Google Doc.
Yeah.
Is Summer Game Fest.
Yeah. But yeah, lots of video game showcases, announcements, new trailers happening, new gameplay reveals will be happening in a couple weeks here. It's at the it's mostly at the start of June, but it is kind of spread out. Hence the glorified Google Calendar thing there. But yeah, let me pull up my notes here. So essentially what we're going to do... Oh,
Kyle,
go ahead.
You were the one that came to me asking for my input on this Summer Game Fest situation. And I gotta be honest, I kind of forgot about it until you brought it up.
Like a true gamer.
Yeah. Well, since E3...
Skip the tutorial is what he did.
Of course, you gotta do it. Why would I do it? I'm a gamer. I'm a real-ass gamer.
Gamer,
since,
all caps.
Since E3, not since E3 died, a little bit before that, since before E3 died, it has been the Wild West for the month of June, July, August sometimes, for all these companies to come in and do their own thing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that kind of died out, surprisingly. I remember that the first year of it really was everyone announcing their own stuff, including Jeff Keighley with his glorified Google Calendar that was Summer Game Fest. But he also put in his own show there.
Yeah.
But come this year, I know that we have Keighley's Summer Game Fest presentation, and IGN has been promoting their own thing for a while now. So I knew that was going to happen. But again, coming off of those years where it felt like every week we were getting a new announcement and stuff like that, I feel like it has died down. So what do you think about that, Cal?
Yeah, and I know back on our old video game podcast when you were the one that said it's just a glorified Google Calendar, I was one of the ones like, no, they'll kind of rally around, they'll do all that stuff. And I think it is kind of a mix of the two, right? It is a glorified Google Calendar, but it hasn't been. I mean, there's going to be the PC game show, the cozy game show, some future game showcase, Gorilla Collect. Like, there's going to be stuff out there, but I feel like Yeah, it's just like, okay, there's Summer Game Fest. We know Xbox
Yeah.
will be there. We know PlayStation will do their thing sometime around there. Nintendo will do
And
a
that's
thing
the thing.
sometime around
We
that.
know they're gonna do it sometime. Will it be June? Will it be September? Who knows? And I feel
Yeah.
like the magic of coming in, come June, was it June, right? Come E3,
Yeah.
you knew this week, Xbox, Sony, Nintendo, they were gonna put all their meat into the grill.
Yeah.
And I feel like that magic
It has
died out.
kind of died down a little bit, for sure. For sure. But we're still going to make some predictions. So, the way this is going to work, Ignacio and myself will come up with I'm going to cap it at 10. I'm going to say that's a good number. I think last year we did 15. But I'm going to cap it at 10. 10 predictions that will essentially be yes or no questions. Will we see gameplay of this game? Will this thing get a release date? Something like that. And then Melissa will give us her prediction, her yes or no, or ask me next month, or signs aren't looking good.
The ball will give you those answers. I'm not going to play games. I'm not going to say ask again later. I want this to be done.
Yes or no. Yeah. So yeah, and then we also have a Magic 8 Ball. And then a couple of weeks we will see who got the most predictions right there.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
So
Something
this
fun.
is the second year that we use an actual 8 ball against
Yes.
our human 8 ball here. Cal, do you
Human.
have the statistics for last year?
I don't off
By
the
any
top of my
chance?
head. I could have recounted when I went on our sheet and like did all of that. But we have an episode from a year ago, and you guys can go check out.
There
Yeah.
are audio records, but we didn't write it down. I want to
Yeah,
say
I
I
wanted to
beat
know-
the 8 ball, but by a
Yeah, I
narrow
wanted to know that.
margin.
Did you beat the 8 ball?
I do remember it was a narrow
Right, I'm
margin.
only
I think you won by like
slightly
one
better than
or
this
something.
product.
But yeah, so that's what we're gonna be up to today. So Ignacio, I know you said you did not come prepared with them written down,
If
but
only
there
someone
is
had
some
told me.
there is some I if only someone did the tutorial. No, it won't be that hard. There are some games
Yeah.
that we are excited about that are coming up. So do you want me to go ahead and put one on the board to give you some time to think of some, or do you have one ready to go now?
You go first.
Sure.
I can do this one.
So I'll start here. I'll start with Nintendo since we mentioned Mario Kart not too long ago. Recently, Nintendo has alluded to a successor to their Switch console. There's always been rumors of them working on the Switch 2 or the Switch Pro or something like that. But as of right now, I don't know if I'm super familiar with what like major games of theirs are coming out at the moment. So my first question is, will there be a major Mario game announced for some time before the year is out?
Announced to release before the end is out, like Mario
Yes.
for Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kyle,
What can I can't ask for slight context details.
Yeah.
When was the last major Mario game?
well, I wanted to ask, what do you consider as a major Mario game coming up?
So I'm not considering side characters or anything like that. So no new
No,
like
but-
Luigi's Mansion or like Peach just had a game come
And
out
no
not
like
too long
Mario
ago.
and Sonic at the Paris Olympic Games.
Yeah, no. This had like will we get a new like 3D Mario?
Okay.
Does it have to be
I-
new?
Uh,
They just released Paper Mario 1000 Year Tour.
So I don't Well, then this is where you get into like nitpicking of like, is Paper Mario a major Mario game?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so are you thinking, I don't know, Odyssey 2, New Super Mario Bros. 3
Yes,
Deluxe?
yeah, something like that. Yeah, just like this is their next like big Mario game here.
Was the last big Mario game the one with the talking hat?
I believe so. At least for like 3D open world. Yeah, they've had like new Super Mario Bros. Something.
Well, 3D World had
Wonder.
Bowser's. I forgot what it was called, but the. Did you remember
the Bowser expansion one?
Yeah,
that thing. I know what you're talking about, but no, I don't remember the name of that one.
But does that count?
No, because that is a
or
that's also technicality. I feel like right, like
Mario Maker count.
That's yeah. I like see. I feel like that's a niche. Like that's a niche or an expansion on something, right?
Okay, so to you, it would be either the next completely new 3D Mario game, 2D Mario game, 2.5 Mario game, and that's it?
Sure, yeah.
Like no tennis, no golf, no
sports. That's not like main.
No Mario Maker, no. An old game with a new expansion. Okay.
I'm just gonna say mainline Mario.
Okay, yeah, so when did the Talking Hat game come out?
2017.
Okay, I'm gonna say yes. Then I think it's time for a new major Mario. Mario's hot. He had that movie. He has theme park expansions. There's going to be another expansion at Universal Studios Epic Universe coming up soon. Let's get some Mario. Mario's timeless. Okay. I said yes, and the ball said no.
Ball says no. Okay, there we go. I'm also pulling this up on screen so people can see this every now and then. No. From the Magic 8 Ball. Okay. Ignacio. Any predictions for Nintendo?
For Nintendo.
Well, I got something now. You can go wherever you want.
I got one for Nintendo. So, as we said, it has been a while since we got a new Mario game. But it has also been a while since we have gotten a new Metroid game.
Ooh.
And Kyle, you might remember that they already announced a new Metroid game.
Metroid 4?
Metroid Prime 4 so many years ago for the Nintendo Switch. And we still haven't gotten anything past that initial announcement trailer. And like you said, the new Switch is coming. So my prediction is, are we seeing Metroid Prime 4 this year?
For this year?
No, I mean,
Prime.
Are we getting
to launch Switch 2? One of the big Switch 2 titles
we see
is
signs of
life?
Metroid. Will we see anything Metroid Prime 4 in this period we're calling Summer Game Fest?
Okay. People like Metroid. I figure if I've heard about something, it must be very popular or very obscure. I don't know if they're bringing back Seaman or not.
I don't think so.
Ball says no. I'm gonna say yes. Let's have some. Yes, have some.
Yeah. Oop, why is that? I don't want that highlighted. Not yet. None. Thank you. None highlights, please. Okay. Yeah. That's the interesting thing about Nintendo is that they will take their time. If they don't want to release something, they will be like, you know what, we're just gonna hold off on this for a little bit.
Yeah, but it is the odd one out. I don't think there is any other Nintendo game that has had something like this happen, where they announce a game
Yeah.
and then nothing for
Troubled
years.
development, restarting.
It is.
Yeah.
If we don't hear anything this year, it's gonna have skipped the whole generation.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is, I mean, again, we mentioned the Switch 2 or whatever it might be called is right there on the horizon. They might just be like, hey, just put this out on as like a, one of the first games on the new one. Who knows? Okay. Here, we got Nintendo on the board. I'm going to go to another juggernaut of video games, of entertainment. This is the entertainment IP period. It is the biggest one in the entire world. GTA, Grand Theft Auto. We know Grand Theft Auto 6.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
aren't they like the highest selling like entertainment IP of all time? Something like that?
No, it's the highest selling single thing, I think. So, say you compare it to Star Wars, you have to compare it against one movie and not against the whole franchise.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Either way,
because
it's a
there
juggernaut.
Are bigger franchises out there. Pokemon is bigger, Mario is bigger.
Right, yeah. Well, we know that GTA 6 is at least currently on track to release, I think in like fall of 2025. We've only gotten one kind of all CGI teaser trailer. I don't think they really need to do all that much marketing, but I could see them like dropping one more thing about this time and then dropping one thing about this time next year too, and that kind of being it for their marketing. They really don't need to, because we know that almost everyone is going to be buying this game. But will we see a new trailer for GTA 6?
All I know about GTA is that Bigfoot's in it.
Well,
Bigfoot and a lot of great 80s tunes. Let's see. Will we see a trailer for GTA 6? Ball says you may rely on it.
Ooh, Ball says yes. Okay.
I'm going to agree. I never have any good reason to say no to any of these things. It feels really arbitrary. From my perspective, I'm like, yeah, why not? Why don't we have one?
That's how it's supposed to be. It's just like, I just feel like saying no. There you go. No.
yeah, I mean,
No
the only
to
argument,
Master Chief.
the only argument you can have for this is that, as Kyle said, it is a big game and we're so far away from it that they don't really need to show anything. But I do think that things changed since we got the report that who owns Rockstar? Take-Two, 2K?
Yeah, one of that. I don't know which one's the owner and which one's the publisher.
Well, they just posted like a $2 billion loss. And I think that because of that, they need to, even if it's not gonna
appease the shareholders.
Even if it's not gonna sell more units, it is gonna drum up motivation and pre-orders and hype and stuff like that, and that's gonna, in a way, appease the shareholders.
Yeah, I can see them putting something out there.
Yeah.
Not only is Bigfoot
teaser.
Not only is Bigfoot in GTA 5, you can play as a Bigfoot.
There's so many mods out there.
It's not a mod. It's not a mod. You can actually play as Bigfoot.
There you go. Confession time. I've never actually played a GTA game. So there you go.
I don't believe you.
I actually have not.
He's too good. He's too pure. Steal a car? I would never.
Would you steal a car? I learned from those commercials. No, I will not steal a car.
Don't you dare ask me to download a DVD.
Yeah. Good stuff. Ignacio, you have one cooking in the back of your mind there?
Give me another one, Kyle.
Okay.
I know you have several.
Sure. This is not necessarily. Well, yeah, this would be PlayStation related. Let's hop over to the PlayStation realm of things. One of their star developers, Insomniac, is working on a Wolverine game. It got announced. Like 2 years ago at this time. I don't remember exactly. But it is in the pipeline. Are we going to see any kind of new footage relating to Wolverine?
This would be the time. It's his summer. We got Deadpool and Wolverine. We got X-Men 97. This more than any of the other things I've said. This feels like his time. I say yes to Wolverine. The ball, its depths say most likely.
Okay, another double yes. Boom, boom. Ignacio, something in the PlayStation realm, if you have one.
Yeah. So staying with the PlayStation realm, PlayStation has already released probably one of their biggest games for this year in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Mm-hmm. And we do not have anything coming from them specifically because 7 Rebirth is from Square Enix. It's not from Sony. So they are actually not putting, as far as we know, any game out this year. And so a simple question is, will they surprise us with a release for this year or not?
Square Enix or Sony as a whole?
No, Sony. Sony.
Just it's all of Sony?
I think he's asking, will we get a new first-party PlayStation game coming out this year?
Yeah, because PlayStation puts out their own games, but they also pay for exclusive games to come out on their console. So they themselves aren't putting, as far as we know, a game out. So are they gonna surprise us and announce a game to come out this year coming from them?
I don't know what the ratios of this are. I really have no context for what is likely to happen. I'm gonna say no only because this is the first one I felt like truly lost on. Like I would like to be able to give you a better guess. The way I'm a film nerd and I'll track like what movies are getting acquired by what studios at film festivals and what do those studios already have in the can to be released, and they only have so much like awards mongering attention. So where are they going to direct it for each of their films? Is one of those little guys going to go unattended during the big Oscars race? This is what I know how to track for. Games I don't know. I'm going to say no. Man, this is not a good ball. I keep getting corners and edges over here.
Yeah, that's the one. I think we saw one at Target recently, and it was kind of the same thing. You shook it up, and sometimes it just like it would hit. So like the edge is on there, and it's just like, well, that's no use.
Don't count on it. The ball also says no to Sony.
No to Sony. All right. Let me open my notes back up here again. I'm going to jump over to the Xbox realm. What about gameplay for Fable? Do you think we're going to get any kind of gameplay for Fable? There was the whole series of Fable games a while back, earlier on Xbox. They now own that studio. they're relaunching Fable. We've seen like teasers and trailers and stuff like that. Is this the year for gameplay?
You mentioned Fable last year. I remember that. So, yes, it seems like it's about time if I remember you asking about this 2 years in a row.
Gameplay
Ball
from...
says without a doubt.
Okay. Double yes.
Gotta have it.
Yes, and yes.
Okay, I have an Xbox question.
Go for it.
So, going back to the topic of exclusivity, Microsoft, or Xbox through, of course, with Microsoft's money, just purchased Activision, one of the biggest publishers out there for video games, for a lot of money. And before that, they had purchased Bethesda, another large publisher of video games. And so their catalog of possible exclusive games has expanded a lot. And so titles like Fallout, which is big right now because of the TV show, or Crash Bandicoot, or Call of Duty, all that stuff, they could go and say, hey, this game is not coming out on PlayStation. It's only coming out on Xbox. However, recent news don't show a good picture for what's going on inside of Xbox, and they have had to take things back on a couple of games as to games that were exclusive that are no longer exclusive, that they themselves made. And so my question is, come whatever Xbox has to show, or Activision or Bethesda through Xbox, will we see a major title? And we can define major when we come back to this, but will we see a major title be announced and be told that it is not gonna be exclusive to Xbox, that it is gonna come out on, let's say, PlayStation?
I'll say yes. If exclusivity is something it sounds like they're struggling to maintain, that it's less of a fiasco to try for something that they can't complete the promise on, and just let the other kids play in the same sandbox. We all have this game. Just less worries for us.
Now, Kyle, you're saying formerly exclusive. I mean a new game.
Okay.
To give you an example, there are rumors that they're going to announce a new Doom game, and that it is also going to come out on PlayStation.
Will
that's where I'm coming from.
New major Xbox title also come to PlayStation?
I said yes. The ball also pointed to yes.
Damn, that ball keeps taking your
Ball's
answers.
in a good mood.
Keeps taking your answers.
I don't know why it keeps doing all these weird things. Okay. Let's see. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 predictions so far. So we need 3 more. I
don't know why it's not just 8. It's a Magic 8-Ball game. You could stop at 8.
We could stop at 15 like we did last year. I just like 10. We're a base 10 system.
Big fan of 10.
Yeah, I'm a base 10 system kind of guy.
Meters.
Well, that's a different story. Let's be honest. All right. Okay, let's see. I have a few Xbox ones I could do. Ubisoft. What can I do from Ubisoft? Okay, Assassin's Creed Shadows. So, we recently heard that Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be releasing this fall, this November to be precise. And that you will get to play as 2 different protagonists, one of which I mentioned earlier, Yasuke. But they announced the release date and gave us like a quick CGI teaser trailer Will we see gameplay of Assassin's Creed Shadows some point during Summer Game Fest here?
So when did they release the little CGI preview?
Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago ish.
Yeah, I feel like yes. That maybe to whet your appetite for gameplay. Because otherwise, if they didn't have gameplay, why not just wait a couple weeks and show it during the Summer Game Fest thing? I'll say yes, you'll see gameplay. The ball says you can rely on that.
Everything has been tied up.
Yeah. Also, I think
Yes,
it's more
and
probable than not that we get gameplay. I think that's how it's been every year.
I think that one's kind of a easy layup. Because that is, I mean, I know we'll see more of it, but that's always the question of like, is it gonna be gameplay though? Is it just gonna be another trailer? Is there gonna be some
gameplay
dev talking about it? Like in this one, and he's sitting there at his computer, hunched over like some shrimp, working on artwork or coding, who knows what. I don't know.
Yeah, but the people of Ubisoft are people of habit. It's always the same story. The game leaks, we get an announcement, we get an E3 gameplay, game comes out come November, October.
Okay. Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm excited for that one.
Me too.
So yeah. Ignacio, you think of something else?
I can think of one, but I want to be the last one. So,
okay.
I'm gonna give you one more.
Sure.
You came out with 7, so I think that we should use as many as those.
Ooh, man. Do I want to do another Xbox one, or do I? Melissa, let me ask you this: should I do one more for Xbox or one more for PlayStation?
Oh, I don't know anything about those two.
Who do you love?
Just pick one.
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Okay. Will we see any kind of expansion? I will say expansion or DLC for Helldivers 2.
What? I don't know what that is. I'm going to say no. I haven't heard of that. You're making this up.
Helldivers
I say no.
2 DLC.
Oh, come on, Ball. Work with me, Ball. Ball says it is decidedly so.
Ball says yes. Okay.
Ball's on the side of whatever a Helldiver is.
There you go. There you go. Melissa, have you seen God, what is that movie that everyone it's like Starship Troopers? That's the one, right?
Oh, yeah.
So think of a video game kind of like that, where it's kind of satire, but it's these like you know these macho military people diving onto this planet full of like alien bugs or other enemies or who knows what, and just like you get to go out there and shoot things.
Okay. All right.
There you go. But no, Melissa says. Melissa says not once more unto the breach. Mm-hmm. All right.
I didn't even know there was a breach.
Who knows? Who knows? Ignacio, you said you wanted to go last.
Yeah, this one is a special one. So I know you're going to agree with me that the most anticipated game is
Kingdom Hearts 4.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Well, all right. Some people are wrong, you know.
Yeah, you. So Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is going to come out at some point. Rumor has it coming out, I think, October of this year. Maybe, hopefully. Hopefully, fingers crossed we get it soon. But these Dragon Ball games are known for their roster of characters that are over 100 characters you get. And one of the memes that has been going around with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and Tenkaichi and whatnot is the number of Gokus that we have in the game. Are we gonna get like 20 Gokus in this game?
Okay.
You get your regular Goku, your Kid Goku, your Mid Goku, your Goku Super, your Super Saiyan, Goku Black. You got Goku Black. You have
Venom Goku.
Ultra
Look out
Instinct
for
Goku.
our Dragon Ball Z soda bit happening over the next year where we try all the Goku sodas from.
So that's your question. Are we going to see up to or exceeding 20 Gokus?
Are we gonna see more than 4 Gokus?
More than
okay. 4
that we haven't seen that haven't been announced before in a trailer.
Are we going to see more than 4 new Gokus?
Yeah.
I'll say yes. You know, in Akira Toriyama's memory, they're gonna go whole hog on the Gokus. Every Goku they've ever dreamt of is here. I have an inspirational story about Goku I want to tell you. And the ball says, come on, what is the ball just says flat out, yes. No special phrasing, just yes.
Flat out, yes. Okay, there we go. Oh man, so we got our 10 predictions here. I'll run through them real quick. We got will we get a new mainline Mario game releasing before 2024 is over? Melissa said yes. 8-Ball said no. Are we seeing Metroid Prime 4 during quote unquote Summer Game Fest? I put those in quotations just so it's like in this kind of area. Melissa said yes. 8-Ball said no. Will we get a new GTA 6 trailer? Melissa said yes. 8-Ball said yes. New Wolverine footage from Insomniac? Melissa said yes. 8-Ball said yes. Will we get a new first-party PlayStation game releasing this year? No, on all accounts. Will we get gameplay from Fable over on the Xbox side? That is a double yes. Will a new major Xbox title also be coming to PlayStation? The answer is yes from Melissa and yes from the 8-Ball. Will we get some gameplay from Assassin's Creed Shadows? That is also a double yes. Will we get some kind of Helldivers 2 DLC or expansion? Melissa says no. Hell no. The 8-Ball says yes. And Ignacio, wrapping it up, will 4 new Gokus be announced for Dragon Ball Sparking? Is that the right name? Is it
Sparking Zero?
Dragon Ball Zero Sparking?
No, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Sparking Zero. Thank you.
Come on, Kyle. It's the most anticipated game of the year.
I almost wrote down Kingdom Hearts 4. Will Goku be in Kingdom Hearts 4?
Will we ever see Kingdom Hearts 4? That's the better question.
Well, there were those Fortnite leaks that Kingdom Hearts might be coming to Fortnite.
Yeah, but I think
that makes sense.
That has to do with it coming to Steam. I think.
Right. Yeah, the Steam releases, which could we see some mod where Sora's out there with Donald and Goofy squadding up, holding AK-47s, shooting at Goku and Spider-Man and whoever else is. Maybe.
Yeah, Fortnite already has like at least 2 Gokus.
Yeah. There you go. There you go, indeed. So yeah, I think that is some good predictions there. Good kind of splattering of stuff.
We'll see.
All across the board there.
So Kyle,
yes.
You remember, I'm sure I told you, Ignacio, I don't think you were here. One of my parents' neighbors, that have moved into the neighborhood since I've moved out. It's a younger couple. They were having a baby. They invited my mom to the baby shower. She's talking about how she has to get something off the registry. And she's like, I don't know what to get. It's all Dragon Ball stuff. And I look at it and it's like some normal baby things, but also like wooden cutout of the kid's name in the Dragon Ball font, a stuffed toy of that little like green cat guy, other Dragon Ball like toys and like decor pieces. And I'm like, oh, okay. that I've never heard of this as like a theme for a baby shower or a nursery, but I guess that makes sense.
You need
You're
the
of a certain generation.
4-star Dragon Ball hat, the
Right.
hat
You
that
know, like-
Gohan had with the little 4-star ball on top.
If that's what inspires you, if that's something that maybe brought you together, cool. Make that your nursery theme.
Yeah.
And then the baby was born premature, and he was so little, and my mom I know he's better now. And I think Goku helped make him strong. Mom's like, he was born this little. Yeah. And she's like, they're watching him and they're waiting for him to get stronger, and it's happening. She's like, his mom texted me and he gained a pound. And the next week she texted me again and she's like, he gained another pound. It's happening. He's getting stronger. And then I start crying and I'm like, Mom, that's what Dragon Ball Z is. It's over 9,000. The baby's going to be over 9,000. That's
Also,
literally what the plot of the show is watching somebody get bigger and stronger. That's
Goku
what
was also like
does.
the small runt that would cry too much. Yeah.
Well, to that point, that's his story. Goku, when he is born, they deem him as a weak warrior, low-class warrior, doomed to be sent to a weak planet. And then he gets to become stronger than the gods.
Mm-hmm. So the little fella's doing great. He's home. He was in the hospital for a long time, but he's home. And his nursery's got a huge mural of Shenron painted on the wall.
Yeah.
So there's a photo of him wearing that like little orange and blue like training outfit Goku wears with like a big stuffed like Dragon Ball and that cat thing in his little crib under the big Shenron.
That's awesome.
It's really sweet. I'm so proud of him. And I'm happy, like, I don't know, of all the characters to think of to theme like your baby shower or your nursery after, you know, like Winnie the Pooh doesn't need to beef up and get stronger. Mickey Mouse doesn't, but Goku does. Like they picked.
Does. Let me tell you, that guy is weak.
He's over 9,000. Like of all the characters to pick, like, you know, this kid's really living Goku's story. I was very happy.
That's awesome.
About it. I thought you'd like to hear that. And now like my mom had context when she's like, they said on the news that Akira Toriyama died.
Yeah, now she'll recognize the Goku balloon in the parade, in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. She'll be like, I know this stuff.
My favorite thing every year is hearing Al Roker pronounce Super Saiyan.
Yeah. That is good stuff. Well, real quick, let's wrap up with this. Ignacio, what have you been playing? What video games have you been getting into recently?
Oh, what have you been playing? So there haven't been any games coming out. At least none that I want to play. So because of the Fallout show, I went back and played through Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas.
Cool.
Which I hadn't done before. And then I started 4, and 4 is a game that I played when it came out. I had already beaten, so I was a little bit tired of Fallout. Mm-hmm. But then Ghost of Tsushima came to PC, and so that's what I've been playing recently.
Cool. Good stuff. I just finished Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. I really enjoyed that one a lot. Looks incredible. The sound design wearing headphones is just absolutely stellar. But yeah, also there's also some obvious flaws of just like, well, they didn't really innovate on gameplay. It's kind of the same. But not that I really mind, but also kind of was hoping for more. But it was short and sweet, which I liked. I am all for, you know, good short sweet experiences,
Nice.
Stuff like that. I also recently played through the Cyberpunk DLC. That was awesome. Played through Little Kitty Big City with my partner. That game was
my
awesome.
niece played that. She's been having fun with it.
It's so good. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I'm thinking about getting that Paper Mario game because I like Paper Mario a lot, and I haven't played that one. And then I was scared at the time to pick up Rise of the Ronin. I think I might get that one. I was worried how much it would be like Neo, which is a more like Souls like. Yeah. So
I tried Neo. I couldn't play much of it. Well, Neo 1 I played a little bit. Neo 2 I just couldn't get into it. But Rise of Ronin is very different. It is closer to Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, so I think I might eventually pick that up here, but that's kind of about it.
Yeah, I don't play video games, but I have been playing a lot of daily movie trivia games. I'm up to like 5 of them now. Where it's like, you have a grid, and it's like, name a Michael Caine movie with a 2-word title, with a 3 or more word title, and one that was released from 1990 to 2010. Like, they'll give you the criteria, they'll give you a couple different actors or directors.
It's cool.
And you just fill it out. I do like the screenshot guessing games. There's a new one called Gaps, where it'll give you like a empty Wheel of Fortune style gaps for where the letters of a movie title would go. So you can get a sense of how long the title is, and it'll tell you the genres, and it'll tell you the runtime. And then maybe you can't get it from that. So you ask for one clue, and it'll give you the release date. Then it'll give you the director, and then the cast, and then the plot, and it slowly gives you one more detail until you can identify the movie from all these random bits of info about it.
Cool. Good stuff.
That's what I do every day. That's what I do on my lunch breaks.
You also basically saw a video game car. I'm not sure how long this story is. You saw a Cybertruck in real life.
Oh.
I was scared. I didn't know what it was.
I cowered in fear in the corner.
You told me about the Cybertruck a long time ago. And in my mind, it looked more truck and less cyber. But this was like a wireframe from a 1980s animation. Just driving down the street at me.
Yeah. It's weird. It's so weird.
And I didn't know what it was because I looked at it. And I vaguely remembered the Cybertruck, but I didn't see that like Tesla T anywhere on it.
Right.
I don't know if this model has it hidden or if it was just like silver on silver and I couldn't see it. But I was really startled. And then a couple days later, I saw it again. It's got to just be the same person. I can't imagine two people in my St. Louis suburbs both went in for the Cybertruck. Really alarming.
Interesting. There you go. Good stuff. We will check back in with those predictions in maybe not next episode, but maybe the episode after that. So in about a month is when we'll check back in with these to tally everything up here.
You think a month?
It
runs.
It'll work out like that for us because we alternate the podcast now.
But don't forget,
our next episode is in 2 weeks, and then so we'll see. Maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe in a month.
We also have to do our trivia night, which is this is the first year we're recording bi-weekly instead of weekly. So I think that's typically the last episode we do in June.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Which then might fall around the same time when we check in on the scores of everything, and then do our trivia.
1 month is too early.
Too early?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the things will be scattered, and I think over the next couple of days, we'll see when PlayStation is going to do their thing. If Nintendo is going to do something soon here, but we shall see. We will check back in at a future later date. But yeah, it's good stuff. Let's see. That about wraps us up for this here podcast. Melissa, you got a brand spanking new email.
Yeah. I kind of gave up on social media. I could never make myself post on it enough to feel confident in saying you can find me there. You can, but there's not much to see. Nothing from like the last 2 years. You can email me. Would you like to talk to me? You can in an old-fashioned email at yourhostmelissa@gmail.com.
There you go. Ignacio, any social media stuff that you'd like to shout out?
If you want, you can find me on Twitter or X, I guess.
It's officially X now. So they say.
It's still Twitter to me. It's still Twitter to me, damn it. But you can find me there at Ignacio Rojasb. That's IGNACIOROJASB.
There you go. You guys can find me at Yo Kyle Springer. And if you'd like to stay up to date with all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, we are at the Whatnauts Official on Threads. So please go like, share, and subscribe. That would help us out a ton. Of course, if you are watching this on YouTube, plenty more videos right over there on that side of the screen. That would also help us out a bunch. But yeah, let us know your video game predictions. This is number 273 of the Whatnauts Captain's Log. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.